the West, like we can just go matchup by matchup and see
Yeah,
which
let me
team do we
actually pull up
think.
the bracket, the tournament's second chance bracket, because obviously the first chance um wasn't very good. So hopefully this one, I'm I'm guessing.
I assume a lot of people will be able to get this one correct from now onwards.
Yeah, this should be hopefully easier in the sense that you,
There might not be upsets
yeah, there might not be a lot of upsets. Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, there are, definitely some lower seats, who have nothing to lose. Like, St. Peter's, Iowa
Yeah.
State, Miami, these teams can definitely be scary.
uh,
Did
Um,
did Loyola State make it to the Sweet 16 last year?
don't think it was Sweet 16, but they made it to the Final Four a couple years ago, I think, if
As
I'm not mistaken. Let me,
because that might be happening with St. Peter's. I mean they're definitely like lower seed than Loyola, but one of those.
yeah, they had, I think 2018, is when they had Final Four run. So yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
could
yeah,
Purdue.
but yeah, I guess
yeah.
moving on to the West matchup, like the first one, right? Gonzaga, Arkansas. Who do you guys think is winning?
I've got Gonzaga winning. I guess a lot of people have Gonzaga winning. I'm guessing. But Memphis game was a little off. But I still have faith in them. So I got Gonzaga winning that one.
Yeah, I also have Gonzaga winning. I think especially that game against Memphis, like we said, how Memphis had the lead. I think 10-point lead at halftime, and they kind of I think in the second half they kind of like woke up and like they sort of started to really play their game, and I think from then onwards they'll be more careful and to
Yeah.
you know, play
Drew,
better.
yeah, Drew Timmy. I think that's the player. The best players for this draft, and or there's another player who's really good. Forgot the name, but yeah, Gonzaga has some pretty good, you know, players, and haven't really followed Arkansas much, but I think Gonzaga got this one.
Yeah, I think Gonzaga got this one as well, and also I think Arkansas is that strong of a team, anyways. Um,
They haven't really faced anyone. They played 13th seed in the first round and then
yeah,
12th seed in the second round.
hey, A&M beat Arkansas, so that tells me everything.
There's that logic always,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. On to the second matchup from the West region. Number three Texas Tech against number two Duke. So 2 and 3 matchup. This might be most, you know, like we can't really predict this. Really, could be anyone's game in my opinion. But what do you guys have?
so this one, I don't know if there's a way to look at the head to head, but I think it's even. So
Yeah,
I'm
there's
gonna say,
head. If you're looking at head to head, the Duke is 2-0 against top 25. Meanwhile, Texas Tech, being in the Big 12, they play a lot of top 25 teams. So they're 7-4 um,
Mm.
against top 25, and Duke has a better offense. Just looking at the numbers,
yeah,
80 points a game. Texas Tech 71 points a game per game, and defense wise, Texas Tech 60, and Duke 67. So Texas Tech's defense pretty good. Um, Yeah, and in BPI, they're ranked 13 and 14. Texas Tech
Is that
13.
updated from like pre-tournament BPI ranking, or is that
BPI, I think it updates in the tournament as well, I'm guessing. Or, overall, that's their rank.
yeah? I mean,
So,
I've got to support my homies from Texas Tech. You know,
yeah. I think Tech probably has got it, most
might
likely
be
on this
might be
one.
the last game of Coach K's career. Um,
yeah, potentially.
potential last game. They look good as well. But I think Texas Tech is on a run right now.
Yeah,
Um,
they both really haven't played anyone that great. And I mean, Duke has played against Michigan State. Um, if you count them as one of the one of the elite teams, but they both really haven't played that many played like a top heavy team. So I think this will be the first time they're both playing against like a really top dog. But yeah,
Yep, that's pretty, yeah. And who do you guys have going to the Final Four from there? Gonzaga. I picked Texas Tech to beat Duke. And surprise, I got Texas Tech beating Gonzaga to go to the
Mm.
Final Four.
I still
Uh,
think Gonzaga's got it to
this is
make it to the
Gonzaga
Final
got it.
Four.
Wouldn't surprise me, but uh, yeah.
yeah, I
But
had Gonzaga going to Final Four before the whole bracket buster thing, anyways.
yeah, so I have like probably like 95% of everyone who's filled the bracket. So not surprised on that. It
But this
depends. It really depends on the first game how they look. Uh,
but
I
this
think
could be an upset, or I mean Duke or Texas Tech, whoever comes out of that Sweet
would
16 match.
upset
Could
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Um, but yeah, that's a good one. I guess we can move on to the East region. 8 UNC against 4 UCLA. Um, kind of hard to predict this one as well. Could
I think
be
no question. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for UNC over UCLA.
UNC UCLA. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Regular season numbers they don't really affect much when it comes to tournament games, but
Mickey Mouse number.
looking at yeah, UCLA's got better defense and similar offense against compared to UNC. Who did UNC beat so far in the tournament?
They beat Baylor, man. Come on,
Oh yeah, they beat Baylor.
comfortably as well. That's the thing.
What about UCLA? They beat. Let me go to that again
St.
here.
Mary's and Akron, so not
Akron, not
that not
yeah. The
that great for.
UNC definitely has better wins, I guess, in the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so you both have UNC winning this
I would
one.
say UNC because they've got momentum, right? So they've got
Mhm.
momentum beating Baylor, um, and UCLA. I think, I think UNC probably has this,
Yeah, I like UCLA. Just
Mm,
because their
or North
starters
Carolina.
returning.
I mean UNC has it. I meant
Yeah, I like UCLA there as well. Last year they went on a run. They could have another run in them, although they haven't really faced anyone. But you only see, I guess, like true potential when you face an actual good team. So we'll see.
so you've got UCLA in this one.
Yes,
Interesting. It's just that
and
that first game against Akron didn't convince me at all. I think,
yeah, yeah, it's
but
it's more of a yeah. They're from I guess they have a lot of starters returning from last year's Final Four run as well. So some experience there. Although UNC definitely a better win against Baylor. You
hmm
know, but I just had to pick one. So there it
yeah,
is. UCLA. And third one, Jaden Ivey is looking pretty good for Purdue there. One pick playing against 15 seed St. Peter's. You think they got some more run in them? Like another,
I think it stops here, man. The buck stops here, right here, man. It's done. It's been
yeah.
a very fairy tale sort of journey out here, but I think it stops here. Purdue's gonna get this one.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so. Especially with Jaden Ivey playing at a high level. And Purdue overall has been on a pretty good run in the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
So I got Purdue winning this one. Although would love to see an upset,
yeah.
Cinderella or whatever. Yep.
I'd love
Uh,
to see St. Peter's go all the way, but
yeah, and from here, who do you have for the final four?
I've got UNC.
Yeah, I've got
UNC.
UNC too. I think if UNC makes it to the Elite Eight, then I think they'll probably make it to the Final Four and beat Purdue as well.
Yeah, I think Purdue. I think I gotta pick Purdue. If it's gonna be between UCLA and Purdue, I got Purdue winning. They looked pretty convincing, in my opinion. So I got Purdue going from there.
Or Purdue and UNC
Yeah.
instead.
Moving on to the Midwest region.
Wait, hold on. What if you so if it were Purdue and UNC, who would you choose for Elite Eight?
If it was Purdue and UNC, I would definitely pick Purdue.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't really rate UNC that much, huh?
Not much. I mean, I don't. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Can't really bet against UNC in basketball, but I am doing it. Just probably because of their defense. 77. They give up 71 points a game.
But they can score though, you know. They
And
scored
they
92
give
on a big.
about 77. Yeah, sorry.
They did go to OT, but
Really, that's gonna be a pretty good, I guess, head-to-head matchup. But I like Purdue for this.
yeah.
All right. So moving on to Midwest, Kansas and Providence. I think that's Kansas easy, right? I mean, um,
Providence, have they faced anyone?
number
Kansas.
three, number four Richmond, and then number
I
13
guess
South
it
Dakota.
doesn't.
Not
I
really.
guess it
So
doesn't.
yeah, I think
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Iowa.
Kansas is looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's my line. Looking pretty good. But uh, yeah, Kansas is good. So pretty sure a lot of people have this. Could be one of the easiest pick. You know,
Yeah.
it could come back and gonna make a meme out of this, but I think Kansas is gonna beat Providence easily. Maybe
Oh,
it's
you
gonna be a blowout game, in my opinion.
oh wow, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Just my guess.
Maybe.
Another, I mean, 10-11 matchup. Iowa State, Miami. I don't know about this one. What do you
yeah.
guys think?
This is probably a toss-up, most likely. But
One pass? Just
I'm gonna go with 11 Iowa State.
let me just compare the numbers real quick. Here.
Might be the closest matchup for round of 16, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
could be close in a way that they're both, lower seeds and, you know, both of them have a shot at going to the Elite Eight, being a seed higher than 10, which is pretty, doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It looks like Miami has a better offense number wise, and Iowa has a better defense. So, what do you trust more? Like, what do you trust more? A better offense or better defense? I think when
I
it comes to tournament games, it matters. I think defense is most important. So I'm picking Iowa State for this.
I think they've both had like a really good run so far. Like, you know, you've got Miami beating USC in the first round and then Auburn in the second round.
Yeah.
And you've
Although,
got
yeah, Miami is on a run, just like you said regarding UNC.
yeah,
Just like
I
UNC, like they beat Baylor and a couple other convincing
Iowa
wins.
also beat LSU and Wisconsin. So, you know, they've both had like great wins under
Hmm.
their like so far. So I mean, it's gonna be like a very yeah, like you said, I think it's gonna be a toss up between those two. So I think it's gonna be the closest game in the round.
Who do you guys got though?
I've got Miami.
Miami.
I gotta say Iowa
Loving
State.
Iowa State. Okay,
Yeah,
we got two versus one here. Let's see.
Actually, hold up. I also have Iowa State. I also have Iowa State. I also have Iowa State.
Why are you switching up?
No, I just checked my bracket, the second chance bracket, because I wasn't sure who I picked before, but I also have Iowa State going through.
Yeah, this is a close one. This is not a like, Iowa State in the conference, they're 7-11. So, they didn't have a good run, I guess, towards the end. They're only 20-12.
Hmm.
Um, but I like, numbers wise, I'm a numbers guy, so, defense. I'm a numbers guy and a defense. Um,
Max Kellerman right there. You know.
Yep. I got Iowa State. I guess, it could be Miami's game as well, the way they beat Auburn, one of the
Yeah.
favorites. You know, momentum. It all depends on momentum, so we'll see.
And I
Mhm.
guess for Final Four from the Midwest,
On the
most likely
South,
Kansas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still on the Midwest region. From yeah, it got to be Kansas here if if Kansas goes to the Elite Eight and loses to a 10th or 11th seed team, that's got to be disappointing for them.
Could
So I
happen.
got could happen definitely. It's March Madness, so could happen. But I think Kansas you know has a clear shot of going to the Final Four among everyone in this group.
Yeah.
They got the easiest matchup, the easiest path. So
So moving
moving
on.
on to the South region, right? Next,
Yep.
cool. Uh, I don't want to go through this. I'm kind of nervous. Arizona against Houston. You know, what are your honest thoughts on that? Because mine is gonna be biased. So, what are your honest thoughts on that?
I mean, I'll be rooting for Houston, but I'm gonna say Arizona probably got it right. So
Okay, okay. What
For
about
both of these matchups, I think they both will be upsets, meaning like the fifth seed will win and then the Michigan will beat Villanova. But I'm gonna go with Houston and Villanova.
you
I
got
think
Houston?
the reason for the Arizona, so Houston Arizona game, I'm picking Houston because Arizona, even though they won the last game, we were watching the game, I think, together.
Yeah,
It just wasn't convincing, some of the plays that they were having at the end, a lot of scuffles going on. The dunk that could have, if you had that late, like if you had laid it up, then you could have won that game in regulation, um, to avoid or OT. I think Arizona just I don't know. I just don't trust him right now, and I think Houston could take advantage of that and then get that win over Arizona.
yeah, they got big men. Like their centers and stuff. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, this is this is a pretty close one in my opinion. A lot of people are saying one seed against a five seed. Houston hasn't played anyone or something. But I'm guessing, I'm thinking this is gonna be a close one. Again.
where's Arizona if you're gonna put that argument, right? I mean, Arizona has literally played against the 16th seed and ninth seed. Well, at least Houston beat Illinois, who was a fourth
Oh
seed,
no,
right?
yeah, that was a pretty good win there. That makes that makes me a little bit, you know, no, um,
Yeah, I think
what?
they
Makes
gave
me,
50% lead. Yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah, Houston positive side, the offensive rebound, they get a lot of offensive rebounds, and their defense is pretty good. So, that's their positive side. So I got them winning, you know. So that's
even
because
the TCU
in
game,
my opinion, but I got them winning. I
even
got
the
them beating Arizona.
yeah, yeah, even the TCU game, like up until like the very last few minutes, TCU, they had they had advantage over the size over Arizona, and I think they were playing pretty well, like rebounding and then scoring in the post and everything. But then I don't know, something happened near the end, and they just stopped going with that game plan, started chucking threes up, and then just lost the momentum there. But I think if Houston continues, with the same game plan throughout the entire game, they'll have the advantage over Arizona and potentially win that game.
Yeah, they because it's Arizona, they're one of the favorites to win actually from for a lot of people. Because a lot of people said they have an easy path to go to the Final Four as well. But this is gonna be a close one. Like you said, Shisir, on the matchup against TCU, didn't really convince. I was scared about them, but that game against the TCU kind of made it's like, oh, might be possible. So plus it's in San Antonio, so I'm hoping for a little bit of a home crowd advantage for the Cougars. You know,
Yeah,
let's hope so. Although Arizona fans were there were a crazy amount of fans in that game against TCU. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah. I got Houston beating Arizona on a pretty close game, like even a 1 point game or something. Maybe might come down to last second. Or if
Oh,
Arizona was to win this, I guess it would be, uh, you know, a convincing win. But I got Houston winning on a close game for this one. Um, so
we
Moving on
got
to
last
the
matchup, Michigan
yeah,
Villanova.
yeah, Michigan Villanova. I gotta say Villanova. I think Michigan. I guess same with St. Peter's. I think their run ends here, right? I don't think they're beating Villanova.
you
Yeah,
know
I like St. Peter's. St. Peter's is like one of kind of like a Cinderella team. Just but Michigan is, you know, they they're more than a Cinderella team in my opinion. They're actual they actually have a shot against Villanova in my opinion. But
yeah.
let's go ahead and look at the stats again. Pretty
Michigan,
identical stats in my opinion. 72 points per game for Villanova, 73 for Michigan, 70 um, defense-wise, opponents point per game, 63 for Villanova, so a little bit better, and 70 for Michigan. Could be, yeah, it could be a close one here as well, but I think I got Villanova beating Michigan on this one.
I want Villanova to win. They're my pick to win it all, but I think this is the one that what I'm most scared about the matchup. I think Michigan can definitely win this game. I think especially I think this is the team that's kind of like the UNC team that I talked about earlier.
Mhm,
I've actually been watching Michigan pretty closely. I mean, I watched the first game against Colorado State, and just that, like even when they were down big, I mean, against Colorado they were down 15 in the first half, and then they came back and won pretty convincingly at the end. So I think they're a team that doesn't really get rattled quickly with even if they're down big. So and Villanova, I haven't really been watching them closely, but I mean but they have been winning their games pretty
yeah, they're
convincingly.
the 2 seed, like,
Yeah,
when you're a 1 seed, 2 seed, you gotta put you play through, I guess, like, lower seeds, so can't really see the potential there, full potential. They might not be playing their best game, because they don't really need to, who knows? So,
yeah, but that's what I'm scared about. Like because you're not really giving your all, and then now all of a sudden maybe Michigan makes you kind of
around
rattles you a little bit, and you're kind of like forced to play really aggressive, and then you don't really play well. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan, you know I wouldn't be surprised at all. They got a run in them for sure, in my opinion, but if I were to pick, I would pick Villanova.
yeah, I also have Villanova. Yeah,
What about you, Nev?
Yeah, I got Villanova too. I think Michigan's run ends here most likely.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, and again, a biased opinion here. Gonna pick Houston. If they beat Arizona, in my opinion, then they're definitely gonna beat Villanova. That's the logic there. Um,
No.
so doesn't like that, huh?
I mean,
I mean,
you go
you
ahead.
got Villanova. You had Villanova going to the Final Four, or even the championship game, or winning it all, or
I've
something.
been winning it all. Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
them winning it all.
yeah, that's my thing. If Houston beats Arizona, they're definitely beating Villanova, in my opinion. If not, if it's gonna be between Arizona and Villanova, then probably gonna be Arizona, regardless. If Arizona comes out of that Houston game, they're definitely going to the Final Four, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, so yeah, I'm guessing, Nubbin, you have them going to the Final Four.
Yeah, I have Arizona going to Final Four.
Yeah, pretty exciting matchups coming up in the next couple of days. I think it starts on Thursday.
Yep.
Yep,
Uh,
Thursday.
Houston game is on Thursday, and they're the rest of the games are on Friday as well. Yeah, there's like 4 games on Thursday and 4 games on Friday, I believe. Right? There's 16
Yep.
teams, games. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, pretty exciting matchups to look forward to. Hope it's a close game. I don't want any blowouts, even if it's the first seed against, I don't know, like 3 Purdue against St. Peter's, might be a blowout, but I'd love be a close game.
Yeah.
And hopefully Yuch pulls it through. Uh, Just another biased opinion here, but
When do they
uh,
play? Thursday or Friday?
they play Thursday,
Thursday.
Thursday night. Yeah,
So
but yeah, I got Texas Tech, Purdue, Houston, and Kansas for my Final Four.
Yeah, I've got Gonzaga, UNC, Villanova, and Kansas for the Final Four.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go through the Final Four when we actually get there. I guess in the next episode. Um, but yeah, that sums it up for today. Thank you guys for watching.
mm,
Thank you guys
and listening.
for our podcast as well. Feel free to leave a comment down below.